Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So, I wanted to do a quick reading on what's going on with the Rockland County court case. Dave and I are going to do a big, in-depth reading on this, but David doesn't want to do it just yet because we're about a month out before we get any results. I guess the next time there's a court appearance. Dave was looking it up earlier tonight. It's Thursday night, August 28th at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. And it looks like the next court date is going to be around out at about September the 21st-ish. Maybe I'm a day off on that. Third week of September. And then and if everything, if things look kind of suspicious, then there's future court dates and then potential recounts. And this thing is going to stretch into, if there's something there in September, it's very likely going to stretch into 2026. So we are not going to get this wild revelation in September. It's just going to be one more step down the path of this. So I thought I would just do a quick reading on this and just see what's the energy of this right now. We're still a month out. How the investigation is going and potentially what direction it might be going with in the future. So for entertainment purposes only, there's your introduction. Let's see what we got here. So what's the general energy reading around Rockland County? For those of you that may not be completely up to speed, with Rockland County, there was some comments or accusations made that there were voters that took affidavits out saying that, hey, I voted for this independent candidate for Senate and my vote wasn't counted. There's like 2 or 3 people that had sworn affidavits that they voted for this person, yet in the official tally, this person didn't receive any votes. Also, there was some statistical anomalies in the election results where Dave was quoting this, and I don't know how accurate this is, but just say it's kind of ballparkish. Like 80% of the folks and voters in Rockland County voted for the blue Senate candidate, yet no one voted for Kamala Harris for president. All the votes went to Donald Trump. And the explanation was, well, it's this group of Jewish people and they vote in blocks and that's not unusual. I don't know. I find it very unusual that 80% of the votes would go to the Democratic senator, but 0% would go to the Democratic presidential candidate. That's, as Dave put it, that seems like a very unlikely scenario. So, okay, so that's kind of what's going on there. So let's take a look at the energy around this. And there's the Kit Kat clock. So you're just not looking at the tail waving back and forth. So let's look at the energy of this and how is the investigation going on this for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this was the card I was expecting to show up. The Fool card. We're on a new journey. The Fool is the beginning of a journey. It's someone who's new to this, naive. You could be walking right off the edge of a cliff because you're too busy looking at the clouds and the sky. Major Arcana. So how are things going in Rockland? We are on a new journey here. And we're not sure where this is going to take us. The cross, the challenge is justice. We have to make sure that the votes were counted accurately and that there weren't shenanigans going on. And it's now in the court cases. The energy underneath it is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles are things of value. We've often described this as the votes. So we're on a new journey that we're trying to find out what is the just result of this election because we need to count the votes. Ultimately, if it turns out that there's shenanigans going on, the next steps would be a recount of votes. There's going to be litigation, there's going to be court cases, but what that could result in is a manual hand recount of the votes. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and do that from the word go, but hey, you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy reading tarot cards, right? So we've got the value of votes. This is valuable for people. If you don't take this seriously, you risk repeating past behaviors. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands, taking actions, looking at the results of the election and saying this doesn't look right, and we're going to take actions to move forward with it. Current energy around the Rockland County case is the Two of Swords. We have a choice. We can go... It really depends on what the evidence shows, right? If the evidence shows that there's fraud, we're going to continue. If the evidence shows that there's been no fraud, then I suppose we need to end it and accept the fact that this was a big nothing burger. Hey, all of the raccoons. I've got a family of raccoons that keep coming by the house. Whoops. Let's see if I can show you them outside. There they are. Mama and two of the babies. There's 5 babies. Oh, there's 3 babies out there right now. They're trying to eat up all the cat food that Kakuna's left out there. There's 4 babies out there. Okay, so that's... sorry. Back to me. Okay, so... Sorry about that. That was just kind of an interesting thing. Hi, how are you? It's so funny. When Dave and I were doing the reading earlier, the raccoons came scurrying up, and I thought I had all the cat food in the house, but I had left Kakuna's food bowl out there. And so they were happily eating her food, and I went out there. It's like, oh no, Kakuna's food's out there. So I kind of went to scat them away, big scary human, you're supposed to run away. And there was one of the little babies just looked at me, they just kept eating the food. It's like, you're supposed to be scared of me. You're supposed to run away now. It's kind of like in Shrek, where he tells the villagers at the beginning, now's the part where you run away. The raccoons hadn't quite figured that I'm supposed to be the big scary human and they're supposed to run away. Okay, anyways, back to this. So we have a choice. Do we keep investigating or do we call it off? The overarching energy is the 4 of Pentacles. So this is, for me, has always been the Trump card. Trump wanting everything for himself. If there was manipulation and fraud going on, it's because Trump wanted to get all the votes for himself so that he would become president again. And that's kind of what happened in Rockland County, is like there was like no votes for Kamala Harris. Everything went to Trump. And that's what caused people to be, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? The lesson to be learned, 4 of Cups. Not happy with what we're seeing, but there's an opportunity coming. There's something on offer, but it just hasn't arrived yet. So this just could be the investigations, and it could be us not happy that this isn't moving forward, or that we think that there's shenanigans going on. But there's something coming forward. This is going to come forward in September. So let's see what happens. What's the outcome? Payoff. Judgment. Oh, wow. So Judgment card. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what's right. Stand up and be counted. So however this ends, we need to stand up and accept it. I think that's what this is telling me, is that win, lose, or draw, you have to accept the results of this. If it's that there's fraud, then we need to stand up and fight and say, nah, we need to keep going on this. We need to fully investigate this. That's the 2 of Swords and the Judgment card. If it turns out that, yeah, we looked at this and there was nothing wrong, it's just that's the way it worked out, kind of statistically improbable, but that's what happened, then we need to accept that that's what happened. All right, so nice general reading. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. The judgment card. Give me some more information on that. What do we need to know about the judgment card? All right, what do we need to know about the judgment card? Okay, Seven of Pentacles. You're reaping what you sow. You got to look to the future. It's not just what you can have today, but what you have in the future. This could be talking about vote integrity, election integrity. That there may be more out there. We're just looking at one case, but there may be a lot more out there. The challenge is the Ten of Cups. The big happy family. This could be, the challenge is we like to think that our elections are safe and fair, but if the integrity is not there, then we're living a lie. It could also be we think that there's fraud, but MAGA is like happy that that happened. The votes got certified, so I don't know what happens after this. If they find fraud and that there might be more of it, I don't know what can be done. I mean, we're in uncharted waters. That's why the Fool card was so appropriate, because we're on a path that we've never been on before. I mean, Trump in 2020, he had like 60 odd lawsuits and he lost all but one of them. I think he got like a dozen or 15 votes in Pennsylvania or something crazy like that. Got swapped around because of when they were postmarked or whatnot. But he was pretty much 0 for election fraud in 2020. And now in 2024, the Democrats are now the ones claiming that there might be some fraud out there. The energy underneath this of what does that judgment card mean is the Eight of Swords. We're on a path, and our hands are tied right now. We're blindfolded and our arms are tied. So it's kind of that the blindfolded justice. But right now it seems like that justice has its arms tied around it too, and we need to free that up to let justice really go out there and explore what happened. Like there's some sort of cover up by the folks that won this. In the past, there's judgment. That's what started this whole reading. Standing up for what you believe in. Stand up and be counted. The truth is out there. Are you going to stand up and embrace the truth? Knight of Wands. It's time to start taking action on this. That there's a message coming out and we need to take action on it. The Sun, overarching energy. Everything will be exposed. There's going to be no more secrets and confusion. We know exactly what's going on, whether it's legit or fraud. Lesson to be learned as a High Priestess. Ask the right question, you get the right answers. It seems to me like it's going to get litigated, and that it's going to be investigated and litigated. And if they're looking and asking the right questions, they will find the right results. The sun will come out on this. Outcome, Four of Wands. People coming together to celebrate. Typically, the celebration card, this is kind of like minor celebrations. Think of it like a wedding. Oftentimes, David has kind of looked at this as these kind of look like prison bars, and this is kind of the bye, have fun in jail type of a card. In this case, if there's election integrity or election fraud, we need to come together and take actions to protect our election integrities. So what did the judgment card mean? It's if you ask the right questions, the answers will be out there. And then we can take it from there. We can take the actions we need to take from there. Okay, so let's dig on this one more time. What actions will be taken from there? That Four of Wands. What does that mean? What actions need to be taken? What celebrations will be happening here? I mean, it's one of those things you have to sort of understand what you're rooting for. Do you really want to root for the fact that elections have been, the integrity of our elections have been compromised? I'm not happy with the election results. I'm suspicious of the election results. That doesn't mean I want proof that our elections have been compromised, because that's what a democracy is completely based on honest and fair elections. And that's going to be quite a blow to the average American if our elections aren't free and fair. I mean, we're no better than a banana republic or Russia if our elections are rigged, right? Okay, so what are the four of wands? Let's dig a little more on that. What do we need to know about that four of wands? What are we celebrating? What actions are we taking on this? Page of Cups. Don't believe everything that you're being told or sold. That this is kind of our MAGA card. The challenge: hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. So the celebration is, MAGA elected Trump, and the oligarchs are really happy about this. What actions need to be taken? It's reaping what you sow. Once again, this is because the card could be, you found something here. There's a lot more out there if you choose to look. In the past, you got the victory. This could be taken one of two ways: Trump's victory in the 2024 election, or the court case victory, that they actually found something. Let's keep going. What does that Four of Wands mean? There's the Four of Wands. It's the current situation. That's what we're asking about. What does it mean? There's going to be a victory, and people are celebrating it. So far, I'm getting a whole bunch of MAGA cards on this. MAGA's happy with this victory. They want to celebrate the victory. Overarching energy is Ace of Wands. You need to take action. A new action is being taken. And the King of Wands. This is like strong actions. The lesson to be learned. You need to take strong actions on this. Not only do you need to start it, you need to be very assertive and basically no holds barred. If you're going to go for this, you're going to go for this. Outcome: Knight of Cups. There may be something on offer, a compromise or some sort of peace offering, if you will, from this. So what is the Four of Wands saying? That MAGA's happy with how things worked. The oligarchs are happy that their candidate won, and they're celebrating it. But now there's an action that's being taken. And it's going to be and we need to make sure that we're taking strong actions. There's no fooling around. If you're going to investigate it because there's more out there. And this investigation is, the Knight of Cups is kind of like a peace offering. So, or a false friend. I just get the feeling they're going to find something. That this isn't going to end in September. I just have that feeling. I'll do a little four-carder on this. This is going to end in September. Once they come back with their preliminary investigation, is that the end of this, or is this going to keep going further? Because I keep getting that Seven of Pentacles. That there's more out there, and that you just you've got something in front of you. Just keep looking, and you'll find more. Right? So, what's the results of the court case on in September? This is going to be the end of it. Queen of Wands, more actions to be taken. The Four of Wands, that's celebrating again. That was the outcome, and that was the current energy. Nine of Wands, it's all about the votes and what's important to this country. This is the Nine of Wands. I said Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the finer things in life, enjoying the benefits. You've put in the efforts, and now you enjoy the benefits. So we need to take lots of actions. We need to work together, because this is important for our future. And there's that Ace of Pentacles again. And we need to make sure that we're treating these votes with respect. And underneath it is the Page of Swords. And we need to fight for this. We need to fight for our democracy. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm thinking right now what this is saying, going on a limb here, is that there might be something, that there's something there. Right now it looks like there's something there, and that we're going to need to do more digging on this. So it's not going to end in September, but it's not going to be resolved in September either. So anyways, we'll see where we go from there. Anyways, I hope you all are having a great night. This video will come out on Saturday. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell. You'll get woken up at midnight with this and all of our future videos. And leave a comment. I read them all and respond to many. And I want to respond to a couple of comments that I received recently. Let's see. I've got one from Blanche Lacoute. It cut off your name, Blanche. Sorry about that. Blanche said that she never got her name called out on Romper Room. Oh, hey, join the club. There's a lot of us that didn't get our names called out. But we're going to give you the magician card, and maybe we can manifest some sort of result that gets your name called out. Hey, you got called out on Twin Terror, right? And then Robin Davis, who wanted to give a shout out to Wilma Rowe, because she deserves it. I believe Wilma does either astrology or tarot readings. So thank you, Robin Davis. And for Wilma, you got your shout out and the Three of Wands. Hopefully this will bring some action in the future for you. And then just for Robin Davis, who has been a wonderful commenter and a supporter of the channel with donations and whatnot. And you've got the you've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, sorry, you're stuck with us, honey. And then how about a card for the rest of us? I'll take it right off the top here. Oh dear, the Nine of Swords. Yes, how many of us out there are just having so much anxiety because none of us got called out on Romper Room either, right? Not a great card, but hey, you know, life isn't always a bunch of cherries, right? Hope you're all having a wonderful night. Thank you, or a wonderful day, depending on when you're watching this. Have a great time, and we will catch you soon. Take care, folks. Bye. How about a double secret card? Yeah. Double secret card, the Hermit. Find that path forward. Look around and see if you can find my brother. Hope you're having a great night. Take care, folks. Bye.